You have to understand that patient may be absolutely normal for several hours, and this is what is known as the honeymoon period of the CDH. When you talk about the neonatal presentation or the presentation in newborn, you have to understand that patient may be absolutely normal for several hours, and this is what is known as the honeymoon period of the CDH. So the initial may be symptomatic for several hours, and since they are asymptomatic for several hours, this is what is known as asymptomatic. Therefore this phase is known as honeymoon period. Let us try to understand. We generally don't intervene the patient surgically during this phase. Now then, what will be the classical presentation? Respiratory distress, grunting respiration. So grunting respiration, respiratory distress. What else? Along with this, you will see there is chest wall retraction. So chest wall retraction, respiratory distress, grunting respiration, scaphoid abdomen. What else? So scaphoid abdomen, grunting respiration, chest wall retractions. One more thing you get to see. What is that? Along with this, you get to see cyanosis, presence of cyanosis. On auscultation of the chest, you get to see two important variations. What are they? You get to see the bowel sounds. So you hear bowel sounds. So on auscultation of the chest wall, auscultation of the chest wall, you get to see bowel sound. And also heart sounds are shifted more towards the right hand side. So heart sounds, they are shifted to right. So shifted to right. Again, you have to understand one very important thing that is going to be associated with this. Now try to understand this thing. Because of this congenital diaphragmatic hernia, yes, there is significant pulmonary hypoplasia. So because of this significant pulmonary hypoplasia, when we talk about this hypoplasia, generally this is ipsilateral defect, but it can be bilateral also. So ipsilateral more common than bilateral. So severe pulmonary hypoplasia is you are going to see. And because of this there is decreased number, or you can say there is small bronchi small bronchi, there is lesser branching plus lesser branching, and because of all these things you have lesser alveolar surface. This is very important because the gases exchange will be impaired, and therefore the patients have respiratory failure at the time of birth. So decrease alveolar surface. Not only this, there is one more problem, that there is increase smooth muscle growth. There is increase smooth muscle growth smooth muscle growth at the level of arteries. So thickened smooth muscle at the level of arteries, and therefore there is increase risk of persistent pulmonary hypertension, PPHN, persistent pulmonary hypertension. And remember, this persistent pulmonary hypertension again is associated with what prognosis? This is associated with poor prognosis. Because of this persistent pulmonary hypertension, yes, there is non sealing of this right to left, you can say that foramen that we have in the heart. So there is persistent right to left shunting of the blood. So persistent right to left shunting of the blood. Shunting of blood. And how do you document this? How do you come to know? Because preductal and postductal oximetry levels, there is a significant difference in this, and this is the reason behind this is this persistent pulmonary hypertension. So the blood is not getting that oxygenation, and that is what is actually the reason behind this. Because of the pulmonary hypertension, the blood is shunted from right to the left. Now let us try to understand few important things about the approach to patient, also about the approach to patient.